I am a mother and a wife. My daughter is 21, and she's very self-sufficient, so I don't get the little kid mom duties anymore. But and I'm mostly a wife. My husband is very needy, I guess I would say. He's very dependent on me to do things for him. We actually we own a trucking company, and I was on the road with him for 4 years. And he became very dependent on me. And then we came home for a little bit and went back out on the road, and I realized that I didn't want to do it. But so now I'm home and he's back on the road without me, and so it's kind of hard. He's missing me, but
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, how did you wind up here? How did you find LadyBoss?
It was when we were on the road in the truck, and we were living our best life, eating anything and everything from bad truck stops and cheeseburgers and and I got bigger and bigger, and I gained 75 pounds just in like 6 months to a year once I first went on the road with him. And I was miserable, and I, hated everything that I wore. Could never get comfortable. I basically lived in what looked like pajamas. I had flip-flops and stretchy pants and his big shirts. And so I was scrolling online, and I saw Kaelin jumping up and down on that trampoline like so many others did. And I was like, oh, what is this? Maybe this will be different. And it was different, and it taught me how to, have a good relationship with food and what to eat and how to exercise, and maybe not how to exercise in a big truck, but I made it work. I looked like a monkey climbing around the truck.
You sure did, Terry. You made it happen. So, what was the moment that everything changed for you, or what was the tipping point?
I guess, I would take pictures. We would sightsee when we would go somewhere like New York City. And actually it was in New York City that I was taking pictures, and I'm like, I'm as big as my husband, and he's a really big guy. He's over 300 pounds, and I got up to 212. And I'd look at pictures of myself, and I just didn't like them. I didn't like anything. We'd come home and spend time with our family, and we'd all take pictures, and I just hated it. And I was like, I can't live like this. I got to make a change.
So you see Kaelin on the Facebook, and you're in the truck. And so what did you start doing? Did you start with the lean? Did you start drinking water, using the trainer? What was it?
It was before supplements when I became a LadyBoss, so I didn't know anything about that. And it was even before we did the 4. So it was just the trainer, and it was like, look, this is the things you need to do. You need to drink water. And I was like, well, I can do that. And then I was like, please, can we stop the truck to pee every 5 minutes? He was like, I don't know what you're doing, but you're gonna have to not drink so much water. I'm like, no, I have to. That's important. And then I started trying to make better food choices. On the road, it's hard to cook or make choices, so we'd go somewhere and I ate a lot of chicken and vegetables. And I cried in my plate over a lot of chicken and vegetables because I wanted cheeseburgers and he was still eating them. But I just, I decided to stick with something. I did the 1 week free trial of the trainer, and I said, well, I'm gonna give it this week, and I'm gonna just do it like this. And I lost 5 pounds that week, and I was like, I'm signing up for it, and I'm gonna do the monthly for 6 months, and if I can stick with it for 6 months, then I'll become a lifer. So it's like just having that little bit of money go out, then I'm going to, I'm paying this money, so I have to put this effort in, so I'm going to do that.
Okay. So you stopped spending money on cheeseburgers, and you're like, I'm going to put some money on my health.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. So then, what did you desire? I mean, obviously you wanted to lose some weight. Did you have a goal? What did you want?
Well, you always have a goal weight in mind. You don't even know it's realistic. I don't even know why I picked it, but so you're just like, oh, I just want to lose weight. And then it became so much more. Especially with the community. It was like, hey, this isn't about weight loss. This is about, liking the person that you see. I could be really skinny and not like myself. And I realized that was, what was important. And now I don't care what I weigh. I care that I'm strong and that, I might not be someone's vision of perfect health, but I like what I see when I look in the mirror. That's the big deal. It's like, I don't even care, like, if I lose another 5 pounds or if I gain 5 pounds. I like myself and the things that I can do now.
You should, Carrie. You're amazing. And so I'm curious, you know, you're like, I'm going to spend $27 a month for 6 months. So then what brought you from that point to investing in personal results coaching?
Last year at Live, and I was doing really good. We had come off the truck for about 6 months, and I was at home and I was cooking my own food and really enjoying that, but there was a lot of temptation at home. There's a lot of, hey, I'm so glad to see you, let's go out to dinner and let's do this and let's celebrate that you're here for a few months. And so it's a lot of, you know, food is a reward or food is fun, and I was losing my momentum. And then I said, well, the coaching's what I need. I need that accountability. I need somebody to say, hey, you know, you got to stick to 1 cheat meal a week. You know, I need you to do this for yourself. Because if it's left up to me, I'll be like, oh, that's okay. I'll have, you know, 2 cheats this week, or I'll go to dessert with you or something like that. So I need somebody in my corner like, hey, you don't need to do that.
Right. So I'm curious, because you said your husband is pretty overweight and he's pretty dependent on you. And so how has this impacted him?
He eats my food that I cook him, and no matter what it is. And he'll be like, what is this crazy sweet potato protein chili you're making me? I was like, just eat it. And he's like, that's delicious. So he has lost about 30 pounds. Yeah, he drinks water nonstop. He has switched from sweet tea to unsweet tea just at dinner time. But, you know, he stopped with the sweet tea, so I'm rubbing off a little.
So he's not going to get left in the dust, right?
No, I'm rubbing off a little. He still eats cheeseburgers at lunch sometimes when I don't pack his lunch, or he has actually brought home his lunch before and been like, I ate with my brother. But he's trying, which is important.
Would he have ever made those changes without you influencing him?
Oh, no, never. I've known him since 4th grade, and he's always been a big guy.
Okay.
So,
wow, Carrie.
Yeah, I'm super excited for him.
Makes me excited for him, because now you get to help the person you love. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what goals have you achieved, Carrie Brock, since becoming a Lady Boss?
I can do a headstand. And that's one of my biggest things. I'm like crying, and it's so silly. But last year at Live, I saw all of the bunch of ladies, the angels that I looked up to at that time, and now I'm an angel, and I can't even believe it. But I saw them doing handstands, and I've been practicing for a year. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can almost do a handstand, but I can't, but I can do a headstand. And that's like a big deal for me. I'm like, I'm getting there. Like, and I haven't quit on myself. That's the main thing. I would always quit something. I don't know how many diets I've done and how many like, oh, I'm going to work out in gyms that I've joined and I've never gone after like a couple of weeks. And this is the first time I've ever not quit.
Not only have you not quit, but what goals, I mean, you've accomplished all these goals. So I know you're not going to stop. I mean, you're working out in the truck. You're like, you know, doing whatever it takes.
It's a lifestyle. It really is. It's like a change. I'm a different person.
So then, Carrie, think about all those women out there that have every excuse in the book to not eat healthy and not work out, and even have a spouse that makes it really hard for them to be healthy and even believe that they can make a change, or all of it. I want you to think, like, what do those women need to hear from you? You
have to tell yourself things even when you don't believe them. My big thing was I made a mantra. I don't eat that. Because my husband would try to convince me, oh, you've done so well, like have this burger with me. Or we'd go somewhere and they had no good options and I had to eat like lettuce. Like that was the salad that they offered. Like just lettuce and some dressing, and you know, it was terrible and I didn't want it. And he was like, oh, you can, you know, you've done so good, take a break from it. And I'll say, no, I don't eat that. And I would say it over and over to myself. I don't eat that. Because that was my big thing. It wasn't, you know, working out was fun to me, but the food was the problem. Yeah, definite, like I want French fries all the time and, you know, sweets. Truck stops have the best, like, pie. And I'd just be like, I don't eat that. I don't eat it, you know.
So became stronger than all those
you just have to,
and excuses.
Yes, you just have to keep telling yourself until you believe it. And then what really made it better for me was, you know, one day he was like, "I'm so proud of you." And I like lost it. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you give me such a hard time to eat bad food with you, and now you're going to tell me that you're proud of me."
Yeah, because you stood up to him.
So the "I don't eat that" mantra makes a difference.
All right, Carrie, so you're a Lady Boss Angel girl. You're super active in the community, even in coaching. And so what does being an angel in the Lady Boss community mean to you?
It's an honor, because I would feel kind of lost sometimes in the community, especially when I first started. I didn't really know anybody, and I'd post and, you know, not get a lot of responses, or, you know, just kind of get lost in the community. And so as an angel, I try to make people not feel that way. I just want to reach out because I don't want these women to say, "Well, I tried that and it didn't work for me," because it does work. And so I want them to feel included.
Yeah, that we know it works and they're going to know it too. So what's your favorite part about being in the coaching program?
I love my coach. And, you know, the best part, though, is meeting my Results sisters. They're my family. I've never been one to make friends with women. I've always been kind of a loner. I'm best friends with my husband, so I felt like I didn't really need anybody else. But these girls are my family, and I would never have met them without coaching. It's so special.